We are told that water is the new oil, that it's a finite, vanishing resource. But what if the water crisis is a myth? What if the very air you are breathing right now contains thousands of gallons of pure, crystal clear water, and all you need to harvest it is the right shape? Today, we rediscover the air wells, a forgotten technology from the 1920s that was buried to protect a trillion-dollar monopoly. It's time to pull water from the sky. Imagine a landscape where the sun reigns supreme and the earth has not tasted rain in a century. In the high, arid plateaus of the Crimean Peninsula and the sun-scorched plains of North Africa, there stand silent, enigmatic sentinels of stone. To the untrained eye, they appear as mere ruins, beehive mounds of limestone or collapsed towers of rubble. But to the ancients, these were not tombs or monuments. They were the lungs of the desert. They were air wells, a technology so sophisticated in its simplicity that it challenges our modern understanding of resource management. Imagine a landscape where the sun reigns supreme and the earth has not tasted rain in a century. In the high, arid plateaus of the Crimean Peninsula and the sun-scorched plains of North Africa, there stand silent, enigmatic sentinels of stone. To the untrained eye, they appear as mere ruins, beehive mounds of limestone or collapsed towers of rubble. But to the ancients, these were not tombs or monuments. They were the lungs of the desert. They were air wells, a technology so sophisticated in its simplicity that it challenges our modern understanding of resource management. In the early 20th century, the engineer Friedrich Siebold made a startling discovery near the ancient Byzantine city of Theodosia. He found 13 massive piles of stones, each carefully positioned on the ridges overlooking the sea. Local legends whispered of mist gatherers who provided the city with thousands of gallons of water daily, despite the absence of springs or rivers. Siebold realized these weren't random piles of rock. They were precision-engineered condensers. By utilizing the specific thermal mass of local limestone, the ancients created a cold core that lived deep within the stone. In 1900, an engineer named Friedrich Siebold discovered 13 massive stone mounds in the ancient city of Theodosia. They weren't tombs. They were dew collectors. These ancient structures provided 14,000 gallons of water a day to a city with no rivers. The ancients didn't pray for rain. They engineered it from the atmosphere. In 1930, Achille Napin perfected the design. His air well worked without a single watt of electricity. It was a miracle of thermodynamics. But Napin's dream of greening the deserts suddenly hit a wall. Funding disappeared. Patents were bought and lost. Why? Because you can't put a meter on the air. A population with free water is a population that can't be controlled. The physics was a silent dance of temperature. As the hot, humid Mediterranean breeze drifted through the gaps in the stones, it encountered the chilled interior, preserved from the night before. In that sudden collision of heat and cold, the air was forced to surrender its secret, moisture. Droplets would form, heavy and pure, trickling down the inner faces of the limestone to collect in hidden, underground cisterns. It was a miracle performed by geometry alone. This wasn't magic. It was a profound mastery of the dew point practiced by civilizations that viewed the atmosphere not as empty space, but as a vast, flowing reservoir. The physics is simple, the dew point. By using high thermal mass materials like limestone or specialized ceramics, we can create a permanent cold core. When the hot, humid air of the day touches these cold stones, it must surrender its moisture. It is the same process that makes your cold soda can sweat, only scaled to feed a family. The desert is only a desert because we've forgotten how to drink from the wind. From the dew mounds of the steppe to the later experimental towers of Achille Napin in 1930s France, the story of the air well is a testament to human observation. It reminds us of a time when survival depended on listening to the wind and understanding the breath of the earth. These structures represent a lost dialogue between architecture and the elements, a moment in history when we didn't fight the climate, but harmonized with its invisible cycles. Today, these stone giants remain as echoes of a forgotten brilliance, proving that even in the driest of worlds, the air has always been willing to provide for those who knew how to ask.